What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to The Order. There's been a lot, and I mean a lot, of talk about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and most of it has, well, not been good. Poke around any Reddit or community poll, and the general perception around this game is that it's a lost cause, dead on arrival, it's the next Marvel's Avengers, has no chance to succeed, pack it up, show's over, let's move on. And that's a bridge too far for me. Sure, there are quite a few red flags worth being concerned about, but there are just as many reasons to be optimistic about the game's chances of being somewhat worth playing. So let's dive into the discourse surrounding Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and decide whether or not the negativity is actually justified. First things first, why exactly is everyone so up in arms over this game? There haven't been many AAA games in recent memory that have entered their launch with this much pessimism surrounding them. The game's initial reveal trailer, released in August of 2020, was met with pretty positive reception. People were excited to see the next game from the folks over at Rocksteady, the creators of the Arkham series, and the confirmation that this new Suicide Squad game would continue on from the same world as the Batman games was an exciting prospect, to say the least. While we knew the game would be a cooperative shooter at that point, it wasn't until the full gameplay reveal during the February 2023 PlayStation 5 showcase event that the proverbial cat was let out of the bag. Suicide Squad was going to be a live service game. Yeah, and the internet lost its collective mind. People were pretty disappointed to hear that after all these years of waiting for their follow-up to Arkham Knight, this is the direction Rocksteady decided to take. Live service games have developed a pretty toxic reputation over the past few years, especially in light of some pretty infamous flameouts in the genre. Live service games often rely on a bevy of monetization models such as microtransactions, battle passes, loot boxes, and premium content updates. Simply put, people don't like feeling pressured to spend additional money on a game they've already spent money on.
I'm going to take a full slab of the baby bags, and I'm going to take that with mashed taters, hush puppies, and I'm going to get I'm going to have a sweet tea.
You are.
Or one where those monetized items are constantly thrown in their face. Many live service games also prioritize releasing new content quickly to live up to pre-launch promises, oftentimes at the expense of quality. This can lead to buggy, unbalanced gameplay or a lack of meaningful content, frustrating players who expected a more polished experience. In all of this, with the design mentality of trying to keep a stranglehold on your time and your wallet. It didn't help that this reveal came during a time in which live service games were literally dying off left and right due to a flooded marketplace that couldn't sustain so many games trying to vie for every minute of everyone's day. So it's easy to see just why the gaming community raised such an uproar over Suicide Squad's reveal as a live service game. When you consider the pedigree, this isn't what people wanted. Rocksteady is the studio that completely revolutionized the superhero game genre with Arkham Asylum, delivering with it the definitive Batman gaming experience and a game whose DNA is still being felt in titles to this day. In many ways, the expectations for Suicide Squad were always going to be unreasonably high, but now given what the game has been revealed to be, it feels only right to be disappointed. But hear me out. What if the game is good? What if the gunplay is great? What if the traversal elements feel fun to use? What if the storytelling, writing, and performances are up to par? While many of the developers from the Arkham series are no longer with the company, this is still Rocksteady, a developer that has earned our respect and deserves some level of benefit of the doubt. Okay, so yeah, there's going to be a cosmetic battle pass with items that theoretically could have just been offered as in-game rewards, and I've argued against this practice of hiding items behind a paywall in a game that already has a paywall before. But if Rocksteady stays true to their promise of all future content updates, new characters, and story missions being completely free for months and possibly years to come, I mean, I'm fine with that. Bearing in mind, you don't have to pay for the Battle Pass, especially if they keep their promise of it being purely cosmetic. The biggest concern I have for the game isn't that it's a live service title, it's whether or not it's going to be a good live service title. Too often, games come along with the promise of new content this, new content that, with frequent updates, and quite simply under-deliver significantly on actually keeping the game fresh. If you're going to keep people in your game world, you need to be capital A aggressive in how often you update your game. Daily challenges, weekly updates and refreshes, long-form story progression, and new characters. Destiny 2 is the current godfather of the live service looter shooter, and there's a very good reason for this. There's always something happening in Destiny. Iron Banner, new raid, new season, mid-season updates, new dungeons, new exotics. While opinions vary on the state of the game like today, there's no denying its staying power in the live service space. This is the competitive multiplayer world that Rocksteady and Suicide Squad are entering into. This is the standard they're going to be held to, and besides just existing as a live service game, this for me is the biggest concern. Can they live up to this? But I'm approaching this game with some hope and optimism. Unlike most of its co-op shooter kin, Suicide Squad promises a strong AAA cinematic narrative set in the Batman Arkham universe with characters many fans already recognize and identify with, and that alone gives it a leg up over most games of its kind. We'll know fairly quickly whether or not this game will deliver on everything it has promised, and for me, I'm more than willing to at least give it a chance, rather than demonizing it now for what it is or isn't. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you'll be giving Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League a chance, and if not, why you're holding back on picking it up. If you found this video helpful or insightful at all, be sure to hit it with a like and subscribe to the channel for more gaming coverage and insight. And look forward to future videos on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, as I'm planning on covering it a bit here and on Twitch. Until next time, have a good one.